off with the normal Python. We run it, right? The Python script. So it says Python, then we're just gonna remove that. So what we want to import is math from the Python library, prompt the user for a couple of options to calculate area of given shapes, right? Of the shapes that the user chooses basically. So first we tell the user to select a shape. They have three options. We're going to tag these options with integers between 1 and 3, being a rectangle, a circle, and a triangle, right? That's what we're looking for from the user. So from the next step, we're going to take the choice of the user, right? So we're going to tell the user, basically give us an input of integer. We want you to choose between 1 and 3. If you don't choose between 1 and 3, we're going to decide what we want to do, right? So from there, the user then gives us their option of between 1 and 3. We take that choice. We're going to start with the first one. We're going to calculate the length, and we're going to use the length and the width. We're going to calculate the area of what? The rectangle. So give us the length of the rectangle, and then we're just going to copy that so that we're just going to have the width of the rectangle, right, from the user. So the user gives us the rectangle. We know that the rectangle sizes, we know that we can calculate area with times, length times width, simple math calculation, and then we're just going to print it back to the user. So you'd have possibly like 10 times 10 or whatever it is, but we're looking for the area. So we print the area back to the user, and then we move on. We are looking now for option 2 or choice 2. Choice 2, we said calculate from a circle. So a circle, you need what? You need a radius. You're not going to be using the length and the width, you're going to be using a radius. So we take again an input from the user. We're not taking integers at this point, we're taking floats. We say, okay, give us the radius of the circle, then we'll do the rest and give you the area, right? So very useful for, I guess, calculators, anyone who's wants an area of whatever they're looking for. We take that radius, we use math.py, right? You see over there, that's the math function we're using. From the import, then we calculate the radius, and then we're gonna return again to the user their area that they have. We're gonna pass area to the print function, right? So we're just printing this underneath each other basically, depending on the inputs and their calculations. So then we have choice 3. From choice 3, we're looking for the input again from the user. We're taking a float again, but on this point, we're not taking, because we doing this for a triangle, we're going to be using base, right? The base of the triangle, and we're going to be using the height of the triangle, right? So base and height, those are the sides we're going to, this lengths, I guess, or the parameters we're going to use. Then we just take those, we do a basic triangle calculation of area preset, so it doesn't really change, it is fixed. Then we're just going to return that to the user again, just by telling them what the triangle length is and then passing area to it. Okay, so then that's complete, or else we want to tell the user, should you have failed to enter either choice 1, choice 2, or choice 3, then now you're left with, I guess, no options. Unless later on we just add another option, then we have else if, the fourth option, but for now we only have those 3, right? So if we want to create another shape, we just easily add it to this code, and the code will keep on going down. So now we're just going to tell the user, hey user, yeah, you haven't selected something correct. So we're just going to run it quickly, and then there it is. We're running it for, let's choose maybe the number. Okay, there it is. So if now you want to calculate for the next one, you just have to basically choose a different option, right? You don't have to rerun it again, you can just choose a different option. But for us, because we want to keep on returning to the user, oh, select for another shape, select for another shape. We're not gonna cancel, we're just gonna run this up until basically infinity, keep on giving us the shape that you want and then the numbers that we're looking for, the parameter that we're looking for. So we're just gonna pass that function below so that it runs. So now this is now an infinite loop to an extent or another, where we're always requiring something from the user and then printing the results, whether they give us a correct shape or not. So now we're gonna do that for like 3 for the triangle. We give the base, we give, it says base length twice, so we just have to change what it says there about base, but in this case we're not changing it. We're gonna say it another time, I guess. But what we're looking for them the user, it's just that copy and paste, sometimes it does that. What we're looking for them from the user is the base, and then we're looking for the height, right? So if we're getting for base and then we're getting the height, we're okay. So it's not a base height, it's just a height.